Good morning, students. Hello and welcome back for your science class with your science teacher Nazish. Well, we are on 7th session of chapter number 4, Fibers, Fabrics and Clothing. In our last video, we discussed about the life cycle of a silk moth, silkworm rearing and silk processing. In this video, that is in today's video, I'll be giving you some writing work, some assignment work on the topics we have covered. Whatever work you have already done from this chapter in your fair notebook, just continue with that. Give heading Wool Processing from the fresh page. All the steps involved in the processing of wool are as shown. First step in the processing of wool is shearing. The process of removing fleece from the body of sheep is called shearing. Write down the notes as shown on the screen, like the shearing is usually done in warm weather so that sheep can survive in warm weather even without the protective coat of hair. Second, the shearing does not hurt the sheep because the uppermost layer of the skin holding the hair is dead. Second step in wool processing is sorting or grading, which involves separating of fibers according to their quality, length, strength, color, and etc. Then third step is scouring, which simply means cleaning the raw wool which contains dirt, dust, grease and other impurities into hot water with mild detergents. After this, also write down the note as shown on the screen. Then the fourth step in the processing of wool is carding. In this process, the wool is passed through cylindrical rollers so as to remove the unwanted impurities like hairs, seeds, twigs, straws, etc. that are entangled in the raw wool. Next to carding, another step is combing. In this step, the fibers are again passed through the rolling machines to straighten and comb the fiber. From these machines, wool come out as thin and long ropes called slivers. These slivers are further twisted into long, continuous threads or yarns. This process is called spinning. And the last step in wool processing is weaving or knitting. Finally, the yarns are turned into fabrics by using two processes, either knitting or weaving. Difference between knitting and weaving is as shown on the screen. Please write down all the notes in proper sequence and in proper manner. Then, next, from a very fresh page, give heading Silk. Give heading Silk and Animal Fiber. There are some important points about silk as shown on the screen that you should write in your fair notebook. First, silk is a natural protein fiber. Second, silk is obtained from the cocoons spun by silkworms. Third, in silk industry, cocoons from Bombyx mori is highly preferred. Here, it means we get a very good quality silk fiber from Bombyx mori. Fourth, silkworm feeds on mulberry leaves, leaves of shahatooth ped. Fifth, silk fiber is very shiny, strong and is very costly, so it is also known as Queen of Fibers. After that, give heading Life Cycle of a Silk Moth. There are 4 stages in life cycle of a silk moth: eggs, larva, pupa, and an adult silk moth. All the 4 stages are explained properly in last video. So go through the last video very carefully to understand all the stages in the life cycle of a silk moth. Describe all the 4 stages in the life cycle of a silk moth in brief as shown on the screen, or you can frame your own language. Just below this, draw the diagram as shown on the screen, or you can make diagram as given in your book showing all the stages in the life cycle of a silk moth. Next, give heading Silkworm Rearing and Silk Processing. The process of raising silkworm so as to obtain silk cocoon is called sericulture. Rearing of silkworm. The complete process of how silkworms are reared or raised for obtaining their cocoon is as shown on the screen. Read the points carefully and write down in your fair notebook. Next, silk processing. You know that once larvae finish spinning the cocoons are immersed in boiling water or kept in hot steam. This is done to kill the silkworms inside. This is done for a reason, so as to kill the silkworm inside the cocoon. Otherwise, silkworm will break the cocoon to come out. And the second reason is to dissolve the gum holding the silk fibers together so that the fiber can be separated easily. This process of obtaining silk fibers from the cocoons is called reeling. Once the fiber is obtained, the fibers are twisted into yarns and the yarns are further knitted or woven into silk fabrics. With this, 80% of our notes from this chapter gets complete, and the link of PDF files is shared in the description box. I am sharing 2 links in the description box. One file is on wool processing and other file is on silk processing.